You're my baby, my lover, my lady. All night you make me want you. It drives me crazy. I feel.
What's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Eyes,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This is my sweet, supple, and sensual wife, Fiona.
And this is my sexy husband, Ayize. Alright, y'all, welcome to Ask the Ma'ats. Who are we? We're the Ma'ats. What do? We answer your questions, we give our advice, we give you our opinions, and we always keep it 100%
Real.
Alright, y'all, today we're going to talk about how to get some when you ain't getting none. This is a very needed topic. We talk to couples all the time, and this thing inevitably comes up in some shape, form, or fashion, doesn't it?
All the time.
all the time. So my husband's going to start out with tip number 1.
Yeah, we got 4 tips for you today. Tip number 1, less stress equals more sex.
Oh, say it with us. Less stress equals more sex. Ooh,
so basically what that means is that, you know, as a guy, I know from our relationship, you know, if my wife is feeling overwhelmed, if she feels like she has a lot to do with the children, she feels like she has a lot to do when it comes to the house, then her mind is just, you know, cluttered with just a whole bunch of stuff. And if I'm looking to like sex her and that type of thing, then
sex me.
Yeah, if I'm looking to sex you, you know, I need to make sure that I like remove some of that stress from her brain so that she can be relaxed, and then so she'll be more willing to engage me at the point where I'm looking to be engaged. Because if she got all this stuff going on, she ain't gonna be likely to, you know, be willing or be interested in, you know, what I'm trying to do.
That's the truth.
It's the furthest thing from her mind, probably.
How many times have you heard, "I'm tired. I'm just too tired."
I hate hearing that.
I'm sorry. Just don't take it personally. I'm just tired. I gotta go lay it down. You know, if you take some of that stuff off of the plate of your spouse who's tired, then they have a little more energy left to give you something at the end of the day. All right, tip number 2. Giving up ain't gonna get you nowhere. I mean, I don't know how many times, you know, we speak from my own experience. My husband might be trying to approach me, you know, see what's up. And then I'm just not in it that moment. You know, I'm not feeling it right then. I'm trying to do something. He will pout. He walk out the room. He disappear, go somewhere, be sitting down on the couch like this with a mug on. I'm like,
I'll pull the covers like extra hard.
Get mad, turn over all hard and stuff. I'm like,
you can't really be pissed off.
You need to not take this thing personally.
Yeah, I think that when I want it, she needs to give it to me. She needs to give it to me when I want it, where I want it, and when I don't get it that way. I
appreciate you keeping it real.
When I don't get it that way, I get upset.
And that's a natural feeling.
Yeah.
But we got to learn to manage our emotions. Because all that make me do is say, oh yeah. Okay, well I ain't gonna be, I ain't thinking about you.
But you know what I learned from that experience though is that, you know, you don't want to give up. You know, just because she says no one time, you know, no is a yes waiting to happen. So eventually, as long as I pursue, as long as I remain persistent, then eventually it'll end up being a yes. Which leads us to point number 3. Point number 3 is initiate intimacy. If you want that no to turn into a yes, please initiate intimacy.
Right, because you just can't keep assuming like, come on, when them get something, when them get something. Nah, that ain't the way to do it.
Or you got to romance him. You know, see what she likes to do or what he likes to do.
Right.
For instance, if my wife likes roses or flowers, then, you know, I got to make sure that I like pamper her with those things and give it to her, put some petals on the bed. If she wants a massage, I got to get that to her.
Or just talk to me. All you got to do is talk to me.
You know, like whisper in her ear, like, you know, I mean, just do a little something like that. Initiate intimacy because that's what. Because that'll be the fastest way to get a no turning into a yes. And then point number 4.
Last but not least, point number 4. Do it even when you don't want to. Ooh, Lord knows. I had to learn that one.
I'm glad you learned it.
I learned it though, didn't I, baby? I learned it. It took me a minute, but you have to do it when you don't want to. Because isn't this thing called marriage? Isn't this a committed relationship? Doesn't this mean that there's some things you have to do? Sex is a requirement of marriage. And so we always try to emphasize that you have to try to come at the other person in the way that's going to best suit them. But at the end of the day, sometimes you ain't going to you're just not going to be feeling it. And you're going to have to come at it. If you can go to work and know that there are certain responsibilities, and you just got to get it done, you can't, I don't feel like doing that today. Your supervisor ain't having that, so why should you give your relationship anything less?
That's an excellent point.
Do it even when you don't want too. So we hope that this has set the stage.
And do it the right way, even when you don't want to. I mean, don't just lay on the bed with your eyes
Okay,
closed.
come on.
Yeah,
I used to be my thing, y'all. Be like, all right, turn over. Come on, can you hurry up, baby?
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not what we talking
He'll
about.
be like, what?
Yeah, I don't even want to do it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just being honest. You know, some things you gotta keep to yourself. All right, y'all. So we hope this has set the stage for you to have a fabulous weekend. Go show your husband or your wife or the person you're committed to and you're not yet married to. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that. We're talking about sex. We're talking about married folks. We're just gonna keep it clean like that, even though we know a lot of folks. I know you're looking at me. He looking at me like, you know, people out here ain't married having sex. Right. But the bottom line is that we're talking about married folks right now today.
We're talking about couples.
We're talking about married folks out here today. Go show your spouse this video. And I hope you have a good weekend. We hope that you can get some, especially if you ain't been getting none. As always, y'all, stop playing, start pushing.
Girl, don't you know you're so beautiful? Yeah, babe. I wanna give my love to you, girl. Not just tonight, but the rest of your life.